this video is allegedly, and all the credit and sources will be linked in the description down below. I decided to make this video because I know Lady Gaga is not the only person who's hypocritical and has controversies and does all this stuff, but she's one of the main ones that hasn't really been called out for this stuff, so I wanted to make a video about how I feel about her, etc.
Rest in peace, it's Lena, Morgana. Go to hell if you did anything, Gaga.
Fortunately, Lina passed away at the age of 19 after mysteriously falling off a building, just like Lady Gaga depicts herself in the Paparazzi music video. Something I have to mention to you guys that I find very sketchy is that Lady Gaga and her team claim that they have no idea who Lina is, but they're sorry about her passing, which I think is extremely dismissive. Lady Gaga said that they barely knew each other, yet they have pretty much 12 songs together.
So Lady Gaga working with and supporting known predators in the industry, music industry, etc. So one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to make this YouTube video is because I question her morality and her morals. She is not innocent at all in this. How can someone knowingly work with known predators and be called a good person and talk about compassion and wait until the last second to play the victim and act like she didn't know that these people were predators and claim that she doesn't support them anymore?
With Terry, the relationship extends beyond the photograph.
In a picture, do you walk around like this? My friends always joke she gets in the bed, takes off the shoes, she gets out, puts her shoes back on. You know, so that's really the way I am. But then the rawness of it is that my hair's not done and I've got no makeup on, and I just went to go get some milk for my coffee.
Just a regular day for Gaga, walking around in a thong, bra, and heels first thing in the morning. Candid photos like these are all captured in the book Lady Gaga X Terry Richardson, available today. Photographer Terry Richardson chronicled 10 months in the life of Gaga from August 2010 to May 2011.
Yay! It's our day!
She's worked with and supported known predators such as R. Kelly, Rick Ross, and Terry Richardson. When Lady Gaga announced that she collaborated with R. Kelly on her single Do What You Want With My Body for her famous ARTPOP album, it was a huge controversy and public backlash was swift among music lovers and her own fans, the Little Monsters. R. Kelly is a known sexual predator, and Lady Gaga knowingly knew this and still worked with him. It's hard to fathom how a self-proclaimed youth champion could wrap her head around the idea of knowingly working side by side with an alleged rapist, when she herself has said she was sexually assaulted and raped by a well-known music producer in the music industry.
When the person who raped me dropped me off pregnant on a corner.
On February 23, 2003, an anonymous source sent the Chicago Sun-Times a video that allegedly showed R. Kelly having the S-word and the U-word on an underage girl. In June of 2002, Kelly was indicted on 21 counts of sex with a minor, which were later reduced to soliciting a minor for child P-word, 7 counts of videotaping the acts, and 7 accounts of producing child P-word. Officers also found alleged photos of underage girls in R. Kelly's digital camera on the scene, which was wrapped in a towel and hidden in a duffel bag. Kelly was arrested on those charges, which were later dropped due to lack of probable cause for the search warrant. The fact that the charges were dropped or a lack of probability does not mean that all of a sudden R. Kelly is innocent and a good guy and he's an innocent person. He pleaded not guilty and was later found not guilty by a jury of 14 people after less than a day of deliberations. Of course, Lady Gaga made excuses for him and was so proud of her work and to work with him and other people on her song Do What I Want, and he later went on to serve 30 years in prison, and a documentary Surviving R. Kelly came out as well about his horrendous acts. R. Kelly also married the late singer Aaliyah when she was just 15 years old. With forged court documents, the news of the marriage came out following the release of R. Kelly's song Age Is Nothing But a Number, which is very questionable knowing the history of R. Kelly. Another person that she worked with was Terry Richardson. Terry Richardson has long been a longtime companion of Lady Gaga, traveling with her since the Monster Ball era. photographing her every movement and working closely with her on their book together collab. He is no stranger to controversy or scandal either. He has been accused of sexual assaulting young models using his industry power and capitalism, status, riches to manipulate them as they fear for their careers. I thought Lady Gaga was against all forms of bullying, so why does she work with these predators and alleged blackmailers? Lady Gaga's Do What I Want music video was scrapped and never released due to controversies, claiming, time restraints and bad management and those who betrayed me. That's what Lady Gaga said. The raunchy video starring Lady Gaga, R. Kelly, and Terry Richardson was directed, again, by Terry Richardson, and it depicts racy scenes between the singers. Its release would have coincided with a heated attention focused on scandals involving both Terry Richardson and R. Kelly themselves. Gaga posted an angry message on her website blaming bad management, a tight schedule around the time. Richardson was accused of sexual misconduct on a set by several models who worked with him. An online petition asking big brands to stop hiring him and drop him was launched on change.org. Another disturbing and delinquent pattern. Gaga has now, worked with Rick Ross to remix her single Do What I Want. Can't get any worse, Like Rick Ross came under fire for his lyrics on Rocco's song UOENO. Oh, what were the lyrics, you ask? Put Molly in her champagne, she ain't even know it. I took her home and enjoyed that, she ain't even know it. Like, that's just an awful, lyric. Why is she working with all those people? It's just... And on top of that, she supported Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Lady Gaga has called Donald Trump a fool and a racist. She started urging support for the black community. He holds the most powerful office in the world, she quoted, yet offers nothing but ignorance and prejudice while black lives continue to be taken. We have known he's a fool and a racist since he took office, she added. He is fueling a system that is already rooted in racism and racist activity, and we can all see what is happening. She is right about Donald Trump, however, working with an alleged predator, U.S. imperialist, racist war criminals. It's okay and better than Trump? I'm confused. Hillary Clinton is a straight-up racist woman who laughed at the fact that Gaddafi, the leader of the most prosperous African country before the United States destroyed the country along with NATO, was murdered. She laughed at that, and thanks to Hillary, Libya now has open slave markets, and it used to be the most prosperous country in Africa. Now it's not. Now there's actual open slave markets, thanks to, her. And on top of that, Joe Biden being a war criminal, they don't call him Jim Crow Joe Biden for nothing. He also has been accused of being extremely inappropriate behavior as well with children and women in general, just like Donald Trump. Why is she working with so many sexual predators that are allegedly?
Some new fallout for R. Kelly from those sexual misconduct allegations. And now Lady Gaga is taking a stand, pulling the song they sang together from streaming platforms.
I'm on the outside. I'm looking in, I can see through you, see your true color.
Other Monsters shared this photo with the TikTok singer on Wednesday, a strong showing of support for the 28-year-old who's been embroiled in a legal dispute with music producer Dr. Luke. She captioned the photo simply, "Free cat."
Britney Spears' bombshell testimony that she's being blocked from having a baby is sending out shockwaves.
She's performing, but yet she doesn't have the control to the point where she can't even have a baby.
That is very eye-opening.
I want to be able to get married and have a baby. I have an IUD inside of myself so that I don't get pregnant, but this so-called team won't let me go to the doctor to take it out because they don't want me to have children.
I just get so revved up because I start to think about all the people that have tried to stop me, and I get this super intense fury.
You tell me it gets better.
Lady Gaga has also been accused of wage theft and poor working conditions in the past, called treating people like a slave. Her former assistant and best friend had alleged. Anti-bully Lady Gaga popped off / and went off on her former assistant and ex-best friend who is suing her for overtime pay. Gaga says of Jennifer ONeill, "She's a fucking hood rat who is suing me for money she didn't earn." Gaga's quote saying, She just thinks she's like the queen of the universe or something. Court records obtained by the Post show. And you know what? She didn't want to be a slave to one, because in my work and what I do, I'm the queen of the universe every day. Jennifer and her lawyers were seeking access to a series of unpublished photos taken by Terry Richardson for the book that Lady Gaga and him were working on. The victim claims that there was no breaks for meals or sleep, and that she was needed for Lady Gaga's spontaneous random matters in the middle of the night, like changing a DVD tape, including standing outside Gaga's shower, holding a towel, waiting for her to exit so she can hand it to her immediately. ONeill says she's owed $380,000 in unpaid overtime and wages, and she so-called hates money, right? So she really shouldn't mind giving, what she allegedly earned. This is Lady Gaga's true colors. She is the bully. One of the biggest problems I had with Jen is I felt like she didn't have enough lay out all my stuff for me while traveling, because there's 20 plus bags, there is only me, and I can't sift through everything. I need someone to help me. She would only open a couple bags, and it was very stressful for me. Then again, on my off days, I couldn't really have the day off because, I weigh 115 pounds, and I was trying to move these huge, big luggages all by myself into the room, and I did it all the time. By the way, she was asleep until 12 most of the time, so I was very often waking up and moving the own luggage and doing it by myself, and it was a problem that I had with her. Lady Gaga restaurant drama. Lady Gaga's parents' upscale New York restaurant has been infested with mice, other health hazards, and in the earlier years, and embarrassingly for the superstar and her family, customers spotted them inside the Central Park's Joanne, restaurant the same day her father, Joe Germanotta, boasted that the health inspectors gave it a clean bill of health. Lady Gaga's dad slammed for asking for donations during COVID-19 to pay restaurant staff. Lady Gaga's father is, dealing with COVID-19, set up an actual GoFundMe account asking the public to donate $50,000 to cover his staff wages, despite the fact that his daughter, Lady Gaga, is a millionaire, when millionaires and billionaires should not exist, and millionaires and billionaires are not self-made. Why didn't he just ask his own daughter for the money to pay his employees? Why does he have to ask the public? Lady Gaga's backtracking and hypocrisy when it comes to her hating money and wearing real fur coats. Lady Gaga also allegedly was quoted in saying, "I don't like Los Angeles," she told me. "The people are awful and terribly shallow, and everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to play the game. I'm from New York. I will kill to get what I need." It's just a personal choice that I don't like to buy diamonds, watches, or Range Rovers, or expensive houses. I just like to spend money on the show. I'd rather have the biggest show on earth than the biggest house, because I don't really give a F about money at all. I just came from my apartment in Brooklyn that's smaller than this studio. Money and recognition were never a driving force for me. I was driven by recollection and showbiz. What does it come along with showbiz is recognition, but money goes back into the show. If I had to give it all away, every dollar that I earned, I would. Those are quotes by Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga, who has a history of buying expensive real fur coats over the years, and also all while claiming she doesn't care about money. She bought from stores such as the Russian designer Helen Yelmark's store in Moscow, spending thousands of dollars on luxury bags, fur coats, designer items, expensive vacation trips all around and across the world. She does care about the money, just like every pro-capitalist does. Capitalism puts profits over lives of the earth herself, animals, and people. That's just the true fact of the matter. Lady Gaga protested the use of fur by wearing this. I thought it was commentary on not wearing fur, because I hate fur and I don't wear fur. That was a quote by her. The money-hating supporter of real fur coats spent more than $200,000 on a sable fur coat and a green-dyed silver fox fur coat for at least $19,000. There's no way that anyone can continue to make excuses for her claiming that she buys fake fox fur. The fur she buys is 100% real, just like the price tag. She always talks about compassion, but that is a hypocritical statement. She was quoted in saying over the years, for those, the press and such, aka PETA, who are writing of whether or not the fur is real or not, please don't forget to credit the designer. And here's another quote by her and her lame excuse for supporting the fur industry. To the fans, I want you to know that I care deeply about your feelings and views, and I will always support your philosophies about life. She then goes on to say this should already put me in a category as one who appreciates and adores the beauty of animals in fashion. Sight of an absolute art piece of a coat. I have no change about this. You see a carcass, I see a museum piece of de la resistance. And she went on to complain about PETA activists using flour and how they should use it to feed the impoverished, even though she wore a real meat dress to the VMAs. Lady I Hate Money went on to say, it's been my life to be dressed in Italian designers. Really, if her whole I hate money, why would she want to be dressed up by Italian designers and brands that use sweatshop labor? When it comes to plastic surgery, diet culture, and body positivity, and Photoshop, etc., I think promoting insecurity in the form of plastic surgery is an indefinitely more harmful thing than an artistic expression related to body modification. And how many models and actresses do you see on magazine covers who have brand new faces and have had plastic surgery, while I myself have never had any plastic surgery? That was a quote by Lady Gaga. But Lady Gaga has had her nose done, cheek fillers allegedly, Botox, and lip injections, a whole new face. She looks completely different than when she officially started her career as a pop singer back in 2008. This is one of the pictures Lady Gaga posted online for her Body Revolution in 2013 to help spread a be proud of your body message, yet she's sucking in her stomach in. There are other pictures where she is continuously, claiming body positivity, but are photoshopped. The Daily Mail had published photos in an article of Lady Gaga stepping out in New York City, and she again looks like she's sucked in her stomach. Lady Gaga, when on the diet culture, when she was talking about it, she actually tweeted a tweet that had read, just killed back to the backspin classes, eating a salad while dreaming of a cheeseburger, followed by the hashtag pop stars don't eat, hashtag I was born this way. And there's actually a lot of, controversy, and people were outraged about this situation. So on to the Born This Way charity drama and other charity scandals, hypocrisy when it comes to bullying.
To get really bullied in school. I was just thinking the other day about some of the things that happened to me, and I remember one time I got thrown in the trash.
Perry Mink is the in-house fashion designer for the Fox House of Gaga and is obviously very close to her as a member of the Gaga House team. He's so close to her, you would think that he would be one to help spread her anti-bullying message. But no, his true colors came out when he lashed out at Madonna after the pop star took her iconic Express Yourself song and used it to make her own Born This Way track. He lashed out at Madonna. Lady Gaga has also been accused of bullying family-owned brands and trying to trademark the name Lady Gaga. She allegedly has bullied company by the name of Gaga Pure Platinum, a cosmetics company. She also allegedly bullied an Irish chef, Nikki Walsh, who owned a catering business and brand under the name of Lady Aga. And on top of that, she also allegedly sued a fan over a domain name for a website, ladygaga.org, claiming it was registered in bad faith and a violation of a trademark. This is why I believe in solidarity, not charity, as an anti-capitalism Marxist-Leninist activist. So people started questioning the pop singer's Born This Way Foundation charity outreach program. The main question was being, what exactly does the foundation do exactly? The latest antic was higher level donation pyramid, suggesting the more money you donate, the bigger fan of Lady Gaga you are, which is just pure capitalism and a manipulation tactic, pure capitalism greed, even though she was quoted and claimed, for all my little monsters, I am your mom, I am your child, in my hand I protect you like my eyes, but don't worry, I'll catch you if you fall. This is just pure manipulation. Lady Gaga's foundation spends more money on marketing, lawyers, and consultants rather than actually combating bullying, inspiring bravery, or breeding compassion. According to the report from the Showbiz 411, Lady Gaga and her mother Cynthia and the foundation spent over $1.5 million of donation money on legal fees, publicity, and and the website. In addition to that, they spent over $348,000 on the Born This Way bus in 2012. Here is the actual tax return. Here is what some of the donations went. $362,000 plus on web design and consulting, $348,000 on event production, $406,000 on legal fees, $72,000+ on salaries, $79,000 plus on accounting, $808,000 on other expenses, $808,000 on other expenses, $9,203 on office expenses, $77,000 plus on travel, and $150,000 on philanthropy consulting. Lady Gaga agrees to settle a $5 million lawsuit against her. She was sued for misleading people through the Pray for Japan charity. To recap, a charity is not for profit, and she allegedly was charging sales tax and shipping to everyone who purchased her charity bracelets, which does not fall into the accord with the concept of no for profit. There's also several complaints that people who bought the bracelet never received it as well. Allison Oliver, an attorney from the Detroit, Michigan law firm behind the lawsuit, claims that not all the money went to the intended Japanese victims. Very sketchy that Lady Gaga agreed to settle by donating $107,000+ to victims of the Japanese earthquake and tsunami. And when it comes to lip singing and her ego and broken promises, Lady Gaga has tried to pass a Metallica concert as her own before in the past. Lady Gaga bragged about the attendance of the Quebec City Summer Festival on her Instagram, but instead of posting her own actual photo, she knowingly and manipulatively added a filter to the photo of a Metallica concert from 2011. Like, she got called out for this and was talking about Madonna fans need to know that this image is mine and it's real. This is my concert.
Oh, you sing live, right?
Yes.
So
I love how there's a question about that, because you sing
not everybody
live.
does, and I don't judge that. No, I don't judge that because there's so much dancing and there's so much running around, and that stage is insane.
Yeah, but you should judge that. You know, you should,
because all artists are different, I think.
No, I don't think it's cool to lip sync.
Really?
No.
Ever?
I mean, I don't.
Some of our biggest artists lip sync.
I'm not judging, if people do, because it's everybody's own, style of what they've decided, the type of artist that they will be. But I think if you pay money for a ticket to see a show, that the artist should have some pipes and sing their records for you.
And on top of that, she was talking about, I never lip sing. I was quoted in saying, I never lip sing, I never lip sing, I never will. And as long as you're paying money to buy a ticket to see my show, I'm not going to waste your time watching some B-word lip sing her way through an HBO special. And there's another quote, you think I'm going to ask these sweet 14-year-olds to beg their parents to pay $115 or whatever, and then get up there and run around in latex and lip sing? Forget it. She said, I'm Howard Stern in 2011. And another quote, I am not going to saunter around the stage doing pelvic thrust and lip singing. That's not what I'm about. And then she went on to say lip singing is pretty girl karaoke. I wonder who she could be shading and dissing. But a while ago, during her art pop era, I personally witnessed her lip singing on YouTube videos. Around the time of her art pop tour, of her fans going to her concerts or whatever. She also was caught lip singing on talk shows as well and performing. She also claimed a bunch of stuff that was happening that never actually happened behind the scenes on her art pop era. These are a list of the things that was supposed to happen that never did happen. There's no explanation as to why it never happened. The album will be out before spring 2013. ARTPOP came out in November 2013. The lead single will be out by the end of 2012. Applause wasn't released until August 2013. She will be making a small film for every song on the album. That never happened. A fan will be able to film and direct one of her music videos. I don't think that ever happened. The telephone continuation was written and it will be included in ARTPOP. We'll have the video and will be performed live. Never saw the music video. Beyonce was never in the music video. The interactive app ARTPOP will release as an iPad, iPhone, and mobile and computer application that is completely interactive with chats, films for every song, extra music content, Gaga-inspired gyms, fashion updates, magazines, and more still in the works. That never happened either. Venus will be the second single confirmed with a release date. Venus music video will be filmed and coming out. Whatever happened to the Venus music video? Do What You Want music video filmed and coming out. It never came out. Princess Die confirmed, later dropped from the album. 2 versions of Princess Die recorded. 1 featuring Lana Del Rey, later dropped from the album. T confirmed, later dropped from the album. An Azealia Banks collab confirmed, later dropped from the album. Another Azealia Banks thing confirmed but dropped from the album. Brooklyn Nights confirmed, later dropped from the album, but fans are told to be available through download on the app. Onion Girl confirmed, later dropped from the album. Temple confirmed, later dropped from the album. Kick It, Lady Gaga's favorite song from the album, confirmed, later dropped from the album. The ARTPOP gallery fanswood all over the world were asked to create works of art to be displayed at the Art Rave in Sydney, Australia. A weekly winner would be chosen to meet Lady Gaga in person. I don't think that ever happened. ARTPOP 2 full album sequel existence confirmed but may remain unreleased to this day. Tons of songs confirmed, recorded and later dropped. Tons of ideas and videos planned, recorded but never released. And almost never an explanation or apology for it or why it never happened.